Poland is a country with many faces. It can delight you with its natural beauty, amaze you with its modernity, or interest you with its rich history. The busy streets of the big cities are full of life, and majestic nature can soothe your troubled nerves. In the last few decades, Poland has undergone an unprecedented metamorphosis and has become a possibility for many countries. Discover the stories of people who left their homeland and chose Poland as their new home. What did they expect? What did they discover? What made them so determined to stay here? Our heroes will answer these questions. Immigrants from all over the world who built their new lives in Poland. Lubuska is an area located by the western border of Poland. There are many forests, lakes, farming fields and vineyards here. A few hectares of which, in the small town of Wityń, belong to a traveller from far away. Very far away.
No Jasiu, jak tam winogron w tym roku po morzu?
W tym roku po tych naszych przymrozkach Ronnie to mało. Widzisz, tam nieopylone, co nie, ten są.
No.
Takie, wiesz...
Ale ładnie kolor.
No, kolor ładny jest, zielonkawe, ładnie popryskane.
Jeszcze raz
czyste.
opryskiwać?
Tak, no dziś jeszcze raz będziemy musieli ten. Gdzieś pod koniec tygodnia, co nie?
Ten.
Tam ten.
Ale
A
fajnie.
ty se później górę tam zetniesz, co nie?
No ja zrobię. I'm Ronnie Snowball. I'm from Brisbane, Australia. That's in the northern tropical area. And I've been living in Poland for 5 years. No, jest dobre wino w tym roku.
Tak?
Fajnie.
No, zobaczymy. Nie chwali dnia przed zachodem słońca.
No. So 2017, I owned a hotel and restaurant in Mount Isa, outback Queensland, completely in the middle of nowhere, the desert. But that's the extent of the wine. Was as a connoisseur and buying and serving the wine. It was never involved or occurred to me that one day I would be making wine. And it's quite a shock when I look back now that we're in this position. Today I'm going to show you a part of my life in Poland, and I hope you have as much fun as I do. Hello, beautiful.
Hey, babe.
How are you going? Wow, what a śniadanie.
Yes, I got you some pączki. Your favorite?
You're at the shops?
Yes.
Hello, beautiful.
Hello.
The reason that I'm in Poland is for my wife, Susanna.
My name is Zuzanna Pietrasik Snowball. I've been Ronnie's wife for 5 years. We've been together for 7 years. We met in Australia. We're now living in Poland and running the vineyard together.
How are you?
Fantastic. Yashu's doing a great job. The grapes are looking good.
Yeah.
Little few problems with one of the machines, so we're
Which
trying
one,
to
the pielnik?
Yes, we're trying to fix that.
Ronnie is the main manager, and he's responsible for the vineyard from the agronomic side of things. However, together we're responsible for producing the wine, bottling it, and selling it.
How are the animals?
They good, actually. I called the vet. He's coming tomorrow, so Gridio will be fine.
Why? What happened?
Nothing happened. He needs to be castrated.
Oh, okay. Poor guy.
Yeah, sometimes we need to do it.
I know, but I feel very dirty. I think I'll go have a shower.
Yeah, you should go have a shower.
Thanks very much. I'll see you after.
My story with Ronnie, how we met, is quite interesting. 8 years ago, I moved to Australia for a work and holiday program.
And I originally had a Polish young lady, Magda, working for me, and she's a fantastic worker. And I asked her to try and ask on Facebook if there's anybody else wanting to extend their visa and would like to come and work, because it was very hard to get workers in that area.
So I caught a bus and I travelled 30 hours from Brisbane. I ended up in a town called Mount Isa, where I stayed with Magda, a Polish woman.
And one day I turned up after doing the shopping for the restaurant.
When I pictured my boss, I imagined he'd be a mature, elderly man. So I was waiting for my job interview when suddenly this young guy walks out. I said to myself, he's quite all right.
And there was this beautiful, green-eyed, blonde, tanned woman sitting on the bench, and I fell in love instantly. It was, wow, like the wind hit my face. Okay, so we're on a vineyard, so I can't go without showing you a few parts of the winemaking process. So we're going to do a little bit of a tour and show you the special parts that we have for you today. Come on, let's go, guys. I never thought that one day I would be living outside of Australia. That was, it was such a safe, comfortable country to live in, but it's also quite closed-minded as well, because you are an island in the middle of the ocean, without borders. It's very large, and you never really quite think that you're going to live in another continent without a specific purpose, whether it's for career or for love or something. So it never occurred to me before I met Suza that I would one day be living in Poland. So I first came to Poland in 2017, September, travelled around the beautiful country. Krakow, the most romantic city, to Gdansk, probably the most amazing city at night, and Warsaw, the most progressive city. But before this, I knew very little about the culture or the heritage of Poland. In fact, I thought influenza was a disease. But after buying some books and doing some research, I realized how incredible the heritage is here. Welcome to this beautiful view of the vineyards. The most important part of making wine is to be growing high-quality grapes. In this area, the whole Lubuski region, they used to grow a lot of grapes, supplying all throughout Europe. And even some of those settlers around the Klemzig area actually moved from Poland by boat around Africa and all the way to Australia. And they were one of the first settlers to plant grapes. Actually in the Barossa region, which is regarded as our premier wine-growing region now. Some of the soils there are over 1 million years old that they're growing the grapes on, very heavy chalk, and very high-quality reds also coming out of the area. So it's a little bit of piece of history, starting from right here in our own vineyard, all the way through to Australia 200 years later.
The vineyard is 15 years old. It was founded by my parents, Elżbieta and Leszek. They founded it from a passion and a hobby for winemaking, whereas Ronnie and I began taking it serious.
And another quite little interesting fact, we have Saint Isidore. This is the patron saint of farming. And on the left, we have an original barrel from the cellars of Zielona Góra, dating back to pre-World War II. So you're looking around 80, 90 years old. And there's quite a lot of cellars in Zielona Góra area that we have festivals from. And we're lucky enough to be able to collect a piece of memorabilia about 20 years ago when they were clearing out all of these cellars. So very old, but I'm sure it's got plenty of stories to tell from inside this barrel. When I first came to Wityń, it was a hell of a shock. It was incredible at the amount of space, the amount of beauty, the amount of nature that is incorporated here. Also the amount of work to maintain something like this. But the first impression really was that it's so well thought out. It's preparing for generations to come. And welcome to the winery, where as my friend says, this is where the magic happens. We take those beautiful grapes from the vineyard and we turn them into first juice, and then we ferment and we get some fantastic wine from that. We age it either in the metal vats that you see here or into the wooden barrels for red wines or some white wines. After working in the winery and the winemaking for about 6 months, I realized that this career is limitless. You can learn every day, you can push yourself to experiment. You're never going to make everybody happy with your type of wine. Everybody has a specific taste, and you need to understand that you need to produce what you think is the best type of wine. But you can build your knowledge and craft your career in this winemaking to a point that you're never bored, and you wake up every day excited by the new possibility or the new challenge. So not only do we produce wine here, we also have several other attractions, including llamas, little horses, donkeys, goats, and alpacas. We bought 3 alpacas a few years ago to try and use the fur to make blankets and whatnot, and we ended up with 2 little babies last year.
Hello.
Hey, Susie, they're hungry?
Yes, always Rosa and Grigio.
I'm hungry too. What's our plans for tonight?
I was thinking to invite family and make some Barbie tonight. What do you think?
That sounds great.
Yeah, but can you go to the shop and get me some stuff, please?
Absolutely. I'll head off now.
Thank you.
Okay, we're now in Świebodzin, the closest town to Wityń. This town is a population of around 22,000 people. We're right now in the old square with the town hall on behind me here. Quite a long history in Świebodzin, around 800 years. Hard to fathom when Australia is only around 200 years old, but quite a beautiful, unique town, very charming. A lot of the buildings around here originally were breweries and old vineyards, and now we modernise to beautiful restaurants and places for people to meet. And behind me in the town hall, which I find quite an interesting fact, is that we still use the town halls in Poland for administrative reasons. Normally around the world, they're only museums or such, but in Poland, this is where I was able to register living in here, register my tax number to be able to work, and everything is still run from the town council out of this building right here. When I first arrived in Poland, I was very scared. The language is a big barrier. It's quite important to speak it, to be here, but to learn it is very daunting. Dzień dobry. Proszę bardzo. I 2 paczki kiełbasy poproszę.
Kiełbasa,
Dobrze. I średnie poproszę. People appreciate the fact that you're trying to speak Polish. If you put the effort in, they will help you. Even if they don't speak English, they will still try and understand what you're saying. In a moment, we'll head back to the vineyard, but we can't be in Świebodzin without mentioning our most famous monument, Rio Dio Świebodziniero. Built in 2010 by Sylwester Sawacki, the local priest. It measures 33 meters in total, which is 3 meters more than Rio de Janeiro. And with the pedestal underneath, it's 52.5 meters. Every Polish person knows Świebodzin because of Jesus, the Christ statue. Wityń is incredibly sociable. It's a social mecca for friends, for family. Every weekend and most weekdays we have some type of event, or birthday, names day happening here. So we have the barbecue running 4 or 5 times a week. Proszę rodziny.
Dziękuję.
Mięso.
Elżbieta Pietrasik.
Leszek Pietrasik.
We are the parents of Zuzia and Ronnie's parents-in-law.
El salat,
Ja poproszę.
sałatka ze szparagami. Proszę
Sama
bardzo. Z ziemią, oczywiście, że ja robiłam. Tak, el salat. I tutaj jeszcze masz el baguette. El baguette, tak.
Ja poproszę.
A może el sausages?
Among fathers, there's often a sense of competition.
To jest jakaś konkurencja.
Fathers perceive it as taking their daughter away from them. But for me, it was the other way around. I immediately grew to like the boy because he's pleasant, kind and warm. He's very likable.
Da się lubić.
Dobra żona tym się lubić, że gotuje co mąż lubi.
When Zuzanna first met him in Australia, she sent me a photo of a boy who she said was interested in her.
Tam jest taki chłopak, który się nią interesuje, a ja
And when I saw the photo, I said, oh, he's going to be the one. And that's what happened.
I love the social atmosphere here. It's non-stop. Can be a little bit tiring, but you wake up every day excited to not know what's going to happen that night, to be honest. It's, like I said, mecca for parties. So we had a beautiful dinner with some of the family, and as much as we love Wityń and the property here, vineyard, we also love to explore some of the areas around here. So we're going to take a drive and show you some of them. "25 minutes drive from Wityń here. We have to the west is Łagów, and this is a beautiful lake district that is commonly called the Pearl of the state of Lubuski because its waters are crystal clear. So babe, the open basement was quite good this year. What else do we have coming up?
Winobranie
When is this starting?
in 2 months, actually, month and a half.
Okay, are we
And-
ready for everything?
Yes, I think we're good. We organized everything. Wine is bottled, all the permissions sorted, so we're good. We are fine. Then we have Jarmark.
Oh, great. Are we doing it for a charity again this year?
Yes, probably we'll do it for little Karolinka. She's struggling with her legs, you know.
Oh, okay.
And they need the money, lots of money to collect for a surgeon.
What really impressed me in Ronnie is how easily he became a part of the local life here, the community, as well as the charity foundations. It was actually Ronnie's idea to organize the charity fairs. Every 6 months, we host a charity fair in our tasting room, one during Christmas and one during Easter. We began bringing the local community together.
Fantastic.
We'll find local producers and
Okay. All the local candle makers, honey.
again, yeah.
Susan and I come to Waggoff quite often, nearly every week, to enjoy the beautiful clear waters for swimming, a little bit of fishing, to eat at one of the many restaurants that we have here, and also to relax into this beautiful sun. Even though it's quite a popular tourist destination, there's plenty of space for everybody to relax on their own. I've been lucky enough to travel to a lot of cities, to the Missouri lakes, to the seaside up north, down to the mountains down south, and everywhere gives you another aspect of what makes the geography of Poland so unique. Wow, what a stunning view.
Yes, it's so impressive.
It always takes my breath away up here.
I love the color of the water and the forests all around. It's so beautiful.
Naturally beautiful here, like you are.
That's so sweet.
No, I'm so grateful that we met in Australia and that we're here now. We have an incredible life.
And lots of ahead of us, too.
Exactly. Our whole life ahead of us.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh.
Poland is a very tough country to adapt to for foreigners if they're stuck in their shell. If you come out of your shell and you're able to say yes to everything, to learning the language, to exploring the many beautiful places, to pursuing careers that you may never have thought you would have one day, you will absolutely fall in love with Poland. It gives you so much to be grateful for. And the best part is the people will make your life as good as it can be. So that's why I absolutely love Poland, is because I said, one day I woke up and said yes to everything, and I was able to accomplish more than I could ever imagine. And I was here just for Susa, but my life is definitely here now, and we're together, and there's no regrets. In fact, I can't imagine us moving back to Australia now. And I'm very, very happy and grateful that we are here now.